Vagina Dress lady. I have a bit of a confession to make. I know I told most of you that I took the dress back, which I did, but I kind of decided that I needed to go and buy the dress back. So yes, I have officially bought the Vagina Dress twice now, but the good news is that I got 25% off the second time, so woohoo, winning! And I thought for a bit of fun, we should talk a little bit about the vagina. So here are 5 really good things to know about the vagina. First thing, vagina comes from the Latin root meaning sheath for a sword. So just to be clear, sword, sheath, sheath for a sword, vagina. So number 2, there was a lot of discussion I read about the correct terminology for the parts of the vagina. So for those of you who said that this was actually called a vulva, you were correct. So just to be clear, I have this little prop here. So down here is the vulva, and then it enters into the vagina, which is like the sheath, which goes into the cervix. So yes, this is the, or the cervix and other bits, but I'm very clear on the vulva and the vagina, but I'm not sure. So number 3, believe it or not, the first movie to use the word vagina in the history of the world was Disney's The Story of Menstruation in 1946. That Disney, so radical. Number 4, there was a bit of talk of the old vajazzling. So I thought for those of you who didn't know what a vajazzling was, I would let you know. So this is what I found out on the internet. Vajazzling is the act of applying glitter and jewels made from crystals to one's lady parts. And in the words of Jennifer Love Hewitt, it's a bit of bedazzling for the vajayjay. Seriously? Who does that? Jennifer Love Hewitt, that's who. Now, just to be clear, I have this lovely little specimen here of what a potential vajazzling might look like if you were interested. So the 5th thing that we as women need to know about our vaginas. Did you know that 5,000 women in Australia each year are diagnosed with cancer in their vaginal region? 5,000. That's a lot of women. Did you also know that lots of those women feel really embarrassed about that because there's lots of sensitivity around the vagina and talking about it? So they don't tend to tell friends and family and extended networks like they would say other cancers as a result of that embarrassment. That's pretty sad if you think about that. In fact, 2 weeks ago, a woman that I know died from ovarian cancer. She was 36 years old when she was diagnosed. She put up a good fight, but in the end, the cancer beat her. 58% of women who are diagnosed with ovarian cancer die within 5 years. 58%. That's a lot of women, and that's a really massive statistics. Say we were going to look at breast cancer. 20 years ago, if you were diagnosed with breast cancer, you would have a 72% chance of survival. That's a pretty good chance of survival. But as a result of all the research that has gone into breast cancer, right now, if you were going to be diagnosed with breast cancer, you would have a 90% chance of survival. That's pretty amazing. And that's a result of lots of research into that area. Ovarian cancer, however, if you were to get diagnosed with that right now, a 58% chance that within 5 years, you were going to die. That's really big. As women, we need to be talking more about our vaginas because they are really important. Cherish Women's Foundation is a charity focused on funding research into cancers that we as women get in our vagina area, gynecological cancers. And I think that's pretty awesome. And I think it's about time that we embraced the vagina, that we cared about the vagina, that we cherish the vagina and start to support amazing places like Cherish Foundation, who are all about the vagina and making sure that we as women are healthy and that we live as long as we can and that we look after our lady parts. So as fun as this dress has been, and it really has been, let's turn this amusement into something that's meaningful and cherish the vagina.